Hello everyone, today's video we will present our proposal for an innovative bilingual educational practice. The working group is made of Jose Edward Hernandez and Ana Maria Sanchez, and myself, Daniela Gama. This is our proposal for an innovative bilingual educational practice. This proposal takes place in a fourth grade primary elementary school where students are learning natural science in English. The students come from diverse sociocultural backgrounds, are still developing their bilingual skills. However, we identify an important challenge. Students show low autonomy and there is limited transparency in the learning process. More of the time, learning is focused on content delivery, so students tend to be passive instead of active participants. Although there are strengths like structured curriculum, teacher guidance, learning is not always explicit or connected to student real-life content. To address this challenge, we designed a proposal with three main goals. The first, to develop student communicators' competence in English, those science contents. And the second, to foster student autonomy and collaborative learning. And third, to promote critical thinking through real world and communicated-based data. To achieve these goals, we design a learning process in different steps. I will explain the first one. The first step is contextualized exploration. Here, the teacher introduces a real-life problem. How can we reduce waste in our school? At this stage, modeling is essentially the teacher shows students how to describe environmental problem and propose solution in English. This helps makes the learning process visible so students understand not only what to do, but also why they are doing it.
Step 2, learning process, guided practice. Students work in small collaborative groups to analyze the waste production within their school environment. From the beginning, clear and explicit success criteria is shared with the students, including language use, participation, collaboration, and understanding of science content. These reflect transparency teaching practices where expectations are visible and accessible, as is highlighted in the Model 1. Effective teaching integrates peer evaluation and self-evaluation, allowing students to aptly monitor the learning. We have here an example of a rubric where the teacher can use with the students in this proposal. Next, to strengthen this stage, we have reflective teaching approach is incorporated. According to Marian Lisen Olaya Mesa, reflective teaching is an active and deliberative cognitive process that involves a sequence of interconnected ideas that take into account underlying beliefs and knowledge of the student. This perspective shifts from learning a mechanical process to a conscious and a more meaningful one. We have another example of a rubric where the student can evaluate the what, the how it's connected, and what kind of improvements can be made within the process. Also, students engage in guided reflection using the rubrics and peer feedback, fostering awareness of the strengths and the areas for improvement. In this sense, reflective practices encourage teachers to examine themselves and the practices in the interest of continuous improvement, a principle that is extended to students as active participants of their learning. Through the integration of transparency and reflection, the learning process becomes more inclusive and dialogic, student-centered, strengthening both autonomy and metacognitive awareness. We have here an example of three different strategies that the student uses in this proposal. We have the peer feedback sandwich, the teacher as a model, and the why discussion. Thank you.
Then we have the step 3, community connection. In this part, the students extend their learning beyond the classroom by interviewing school staff or family members about recycling practices and environmental habits. As stated in Model 3, learning emerges through interaction between human beings where common elements and interests are found. By engaging with the real context, students recognize the relevance of their learning and develop a stronger sense of social responsibility. Then we have the step 4, production and reflection. In this part, the students create a bilingual campaign through posters, videos, or presentations, proposing solutions to reduce waste in their school. The students not only apply their knowledge, but also reflect on their learning process and its potential impact, consolidating both linguistic and critical competencies. For the implementation plan, we will use different resources such as posters, digital tools, rubrics, reflection guides, and interview formats to support the activity. In the roles, the teacher will act as a facilitator, while students will be active participants, and the community will also play an important role by contributing real-world knowledge. In terms of potential challenges, we will address low participation by assigning structured group roles. We are going to support language difficulties with scaffolding strategies like sentence starters and vocabulary banks. and also help the students develop reflection skills by modeling questions and providing guiding prompts. As a conclusion, this practice aims to transform the classroom into a student-centered, transparent, and socially connected learning environment. The expected impact includes increased student autonomy, improved collaboration and communication skills, and greater engagement with real-world issues. This proposal responds to the need for innovation in bilingual education, recognizing that pedagogical practices are varied and depend on the community and its context. Thank you so much.